Hello there, I'm Isabel and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going back to the basics. We're going to be painting a monochrome painting with a fun little twist at the end because after last week's very difficult piece to create, just because I really struggled with that piece, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can go watch that video from last week. So I need to make something I was proud of, and I actually made this on the same day as last week's video, pretty much immediately after, because I was just feeling so down about my art and my abilities, so I just needed to just make something that I liked and was proud of. So I thought, what's a versatile, moody color that I could use as the base of the painting? Well, Payne's Gray, obviously, because who doesn't love Payne's Gray? I love it so much. I could paint with Payne's Gray for my entire life and be perfectly satisfied. Well, that might be a little bit of an exaggeration, but I love it. So a little explanation of what I mean by the base of a painting is that I like to pick a color to be the main color in the painting so that everything stays cohesive. I try to mix all the other colors with that color to keep it as the center of attention, and I like to use it more than any other color. I'm usually happier with my work when I do this, but for this piece I ended up only using Payne's Gray until the end, which originally I had intended to make this video, or this painting, part of last week's video, but the piece from last week was just, I had too much footage for it, so I didn't end up fitting this one in. I'm glad I did that because it's the first week back at school for me, so it's nice to have a video pre-prepared and everything. But yeah, so the beginning part where I was just painting with Payne's Gray, that part is very fast because I did it in time-lapse mode. And then I decided to add this red leafy thing that I really like. Yeah, so with this painting I also wanted to experiment with the values of the piece, because when the values are flat, the piece feels flat. So I chose a super dramatic reference and tried to focus on the shadow shapes or negative space or whatever you want to call it, but basically the shapes of the shadows. So instead of focusing on individual features, focusing on what I was actually looking at. I had a lot of fun figuring out where to have soft edges and where to have hard edges. For example, like the collarbone has a really hard edge, but then the shoulder and the like neck area are really soft, and so that adds some nice contrast and also gives the viewers somewhere to look at. I also really like that I decided to make the majority of the face and the background the same tone, because it draws more attention to like the collarbone and the chin area, which I didn't know that I was going to be focusing on those in this painting, but I don't know, I like it, and I like the light coming from that lower right hand corner. I really like this painting, if you can't tell. It's one of my favorite paintings that I've done, which is really cool. And I love how moody and how dark it is. And it feels like a big step in the direction that I want my art to go, which I feel like I say that every few months and then don't actually do anything with that. But I'm really going to try this time to really just embrace where this piece took me, and hopefully I can follow through and make more paintings that I love. Yeah, I really like this whole red thing. It was really fun to just play around with some abstract shapes and just kind of let my brush be really loose, because I don't often do that. So I just like loaded up my paint with, or loaded up my brush with, what was it? I think it's called Ruby, in the White Nights palette. It's like a cool red color. And I think it goes really nicely with the Payne's Gray. Because it's like a different color, but they're both like cool tones. I really like this piece. So I definitely want to experiment more with making something other than the eyes and the face the focus of the piece. Because this piece turned out really cool. I really like it. I hope you like it too. Yeah, I'm really happy. I I know I've said that multiple times during this video, but I really like it. Yay. Yeah, and it just felt so good to just make this piece after making that other piece. So I guess maybe the point of this video, if there is a point, is you should persevere in your art, because you never know when you're gonna come up with something that you love. So, yeah. Keep painting or drawing or writing poetry, whatever art you're doing, keep doing it, because it's really important to be making art, especially now. And enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you next week. Bye!